my daddy did this. I just do what he did. No, it's you. So when I think about it, men need grace also. Because it's not fair to think that they can just, at the drop of a dime, change and can deal with the new dynamic of the modern woman. Right. It's not fair.
You're right. It's not fair.
I want to do a scenario before the last segment four. Let me just like, let's talk this all the time. We just talked
What the fuck is being said?
Our creators will be making a sandwich invented on the streets in New York.
So, question, right? Let's do a scenario. 10 minutes.
Are we still on?
Oh yeah, we in here.
10 minutes.
We have any?
All 10 are single. 20 crashes. 10 off on the island. That's it. Just on the island in the bare minimum. Do women become women and men become men? What happens on that plane crash?
Oh, God.
The same shit. Bro.
Come on, what happened?
No, but what do you mean do they men become men?
So Alan was like, "Are you gonna revert to you're fighting off bears and now we become gatherers?" It's so nonsensical.
It is sensical.
I don't know. I think on this island.
I will leave. I swear to God.
Okay, so if
No.
Gather yourself.
No, I'm gathering myself out if any voice that comes out. Go ahead, Aaron.
based on your scenario, Alan. So you have.
Do we have to repeat the scenario?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the mic.
No, I'm gonna say it. Oh.
Aaron got it.
Based on the scenario, so Alan is saying that if we have a plane crash, God forbid, you have 10 men, 10 women, and you're on some deserted island, and now you gotta figure shit out. I guess everybody got one toothbrush, one pair of drawers,
no rich.
and a short set, right? Everybody has the same thing.
One pair of socks.
Okay, no, a shoe. You need shoes. So,
You gotta wear your feet.
shoes. So the question is, what happens? What do the women do and what do the men do? Alan believes that women, I guess, will naturally revert to a certain state and men will naturally revert to a certain state. So, thoughts? Guess?
Aaron is so.
If I had to play this out realistically, right?
Give me a fucking high five.
Right, so you got
I in my house smart people.
you got 10 men, 10 women, right? There's going to be certain men that stand out.
2023, I forgot to say that.
Yeah, it's right now.
Oh, it's the time part.
You're stuck in Belize.
But you're gonna have certain men that are more masculine than other men. And the crazy part, you got so many men that wouldn't even know how to take care of themselves. So now you're gonna have women once again chasing after the same dude. That dude gonna procreate with a couple of the women.
Got 10, only
Gonna
one
be a
was
couple of
getting,
other kids.
4 of us getting pussy.
Running around the house.
10 bitches, 10 of us. Only 4 of us getting pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and
But
Bird is
it's
on
gonna
top.
be just like now. It's the
Shit.
same way you got women
The rest of you
dealing
on
with the
the
same
two,
thing,
y'all
dudes dealing with a whole lot of women because of the masculine.
All the
Wait, so
bitches
we
on
make
the
no
pretty
plans
boys
to be
and all the
rescued?
extra
No,
baggage
no.
they
Oh, wait,
got.
I take care of that part.
We
That's
don't put our resources together. We don't come together
It's
and
like
like
it's
come
just
up
this
with
10
a
and 10.
resource and say, okay,
There's
none of
no
us want to
plan.
be here, right?
None of us
Let's
want to be
figure
here.
out a plan of how we can possibly be rescued and start.
That's remind me.
Wait, can I go? Can I please go?
Everybody give their.
Can I please go? Okay, so there's 10.
That's what I'm.
There's 10.
Hear me talk about the book.
You just become Lord of the Flies. That's what happens, right?
Nah, they did some research study. Let me tell y'all this. Let me interject. Women, while the men get to planning out how to get off the island and making a plan and escaping and doing canoes and boats and cooking and doing all the survival shit that men do, the women will still be arguing amongst each other because none of them want to follow each other, so none of them can figure out who's gonna lead shit. So it's gonna take them a couple weeks to even figure out who's gonna stop even fucking arguing. So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all finish y'all discussion.
Fuck out of here. There's 10 men.
Right here, because I was trying to figure out the name of the book. What is it? Sorry, Rico. Go ahead.
So if there is a plane that crashed, there was 10 men and 10 women, right? And we're asking, what would be the dynamic between the two on a deserted island? I think that what would happen is, I would arguably say there would be about 2 or 3 real men, 8 or 7 other men, there'll be another 2 or 3 strong women, and then another 8 or 7 other women, and the top 4 to 6 men and women will go hunt. This is actually proven. The other 7 or 8, they're gonna figure out how they can both gather. See, what I've learned is that strong men and strong women are rare, and there are
Rare.
not a lot of them.
That's
The
what rare
problem
means,
is,
Rico.
we've allowed something
This
that is
motherfucker
digital.
just said they're rare, and there are not a lot of them. Now go look up the word rare. Oh shit.
And now, physical and sense of paper, currency, to make women think that those other 7, 8 men are men, but they're not the strong man here. And I think that's where a lot of the confusion happens. Now, yes, now if we go back to the analogy, those 4 to 6 people will hunt, the rest will gather and try to build resources. Men and women will go ahead and whatever role that they fit. You know, some men may be weak. He can't lift up a big tree branch.
But he could
So
cook.
what he might do is he might have him, 4 of him, and 4 other girls lift up one tree branch and try to build a hut. But they will be building the village while the 4 to 6 people who are actually capable of hunting to go ahead and bring back. Now here's something that I found out which is dope to support this. When I went to the gun range, the guy who was training us said, and by the way, this was a long time ago, I have to state that, right? Women oftentimes on the first shooting, with my girl, women oftentimes have better aim than men. This is not by accident, right? So the ability to hunt is in women, but it's not in all, and it's not in all men either. And I think that's what we are getting confused today in this world. You know what I wonder?
So
Let's think.
women have the natural ability to hunt, but we don't use this in settings of wild. Like there's a deer, go shoot it. No, they only hunt when it comes to fatal attraction issues. Like, who is that bitch? Now think about how sharpshooter accuracy, these bitches are accurate. Think about all the knife cuts and tomahawks and lamps, all the stories. Yeah, you accurate bitches. Supposed to be shooting deers and shit instead. Y'all fucking us up. Throwing pots, sandals, beers, fucking people up. Crazy bitches.
And if the 10 people, the 10 men and the 10 women on that island reverted to the way we act now, the way women want to do for self and all that, would it work?
So this is in.
No.
I don't know. Do you want to respond first?
No. They would die.
This is
No,
what
they
I
would
think
die.
will
Arguing
happen.
amongst
I
each
think
other.
from that group of 20, there's going to be someone, maybe 2 emerge as like a real leader, man or woman, and the leader's going to have the vision and the idea of how to get everybody else off, get everybody housed and fed and clothed or whatever, right? And then you're probably going to have, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say it's going to be probably a woman or 2 who they're going to do the operations part of making that idea come to fruition.
A woman.
And then I think those 1 or 2 women who are doing the ops, they're gonna control everybody else.
The 2 women
As far
have
as,
to
hey,
control everything.
You do this. Yeah,
Y'all
you
can't
can
stop
sew,
arguing
alright,
to
you
figure
go
out
sew
who
over
control
there.
everything.
Oh, you know how
Okay.
to chop wood, you go chop wood over there. There's gonna be somebody like doling out assignments. This is all gonna come from like 1 or 2 people at the very top who have shown that they have the leadership skills,
The loudest
they have
mouth.
the intelligence, that they have the emotional capacity.
I can yell the loudest. I'm the loudest mouth, and I got the most baby daddies. Shut up.
To talk to people, to deal with people, to, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain level of charisma.
But the leader be a man or a woman? I'm curious.
It could be either. To be very honest,
It'll probably be a man.
Man.
if you say so. But
This is where.
let me finish. So let me finish.
Or it could be
Let me
either.
finish.
So it's got to be politically
But
correct.
this is the
It
thing.
could be either.
It's not going to be one person who's running everything.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, the person who is the leader likely can't do shit.
But think.
They cannot do shit. They cannot do it themselves. They cannot do the ops. They cannot dole out responsibilities. They only just have the vision. and they have the workings of how to put it together, but they still can't make it come to pass.
Right.
So really, yeah, he a leader, but like other than the idea and the vision, what else can he do? He's incredibly valuable to the situation. He's not the one making it happen. It's the two ops people. And again, that's gonna be a man or a woman. I think it'll probably be women,
You said
but
two
it can be
women.
a man or a woman. So those are people that's really the intermediaries. Those are the ones that's gonna really make it happen. So and they're gonna identify whose strengths are what, and then they're gonna put everybody on their strength, and then that's how they're gonna either make themselves a way out, or they're gonna figure out how to like create a village there. They just have to live there till whenever.
Can I, this made me just think about something, and I gotta say this.
She talking
Now,
about
this
she
is a
running for the
separate
president of the
scenario, but
state.
very similar. And this is just going back to the whole I don't need a man thing, right? If we said the whole world was wiped out in terms of people, right? Whatever, there was a COVID, there was a new strand of COVID, and it killed 7 point something billion people, and there's one man.
But they did COVID though.
But you get what I'm saying. So now let's go with it, right? Something happened where everybody dies, and we're still on this I don't need a man. I think women need to understand how important men are to society, in the sense that we actually help continue society to progress in terms of population. If I took 100 men and 1 woman in a 2-year time span, how much could I populate this world?
Okay, but there.
Wait, you said one woman?
Then
Yeah.
hold on.
Listen,
So that's
listen
what
to what
I
I'm
said.
saying.
It takes a woman 9
I
months to
said
populate.
one woman,
But a
100
man
men.
with several
How
women can
much-
just keep popping and popping
How
and
much
popping and
could
popping
I
and
pop?
popping.
Yo, I just want to answer
Maybe
guys.
like 5 kids.
5 kids in 2 years, right?
No,
In a 24-month time span.
You can't have 5.
It's
It's
cool.
only 9 months.
If I took
That's
one
12,
man-
18.
1 man
And a half.
and 100 women, and I said we need to repopulate the earth, how many kids can I have in 24 months? Roughly.
Okay.
So this is but what I'm trying to say is that men are, but what I'm trying
To make it seem like you're more
no,
valuable.
no, I'm not making it
How
seem
many
like I'm
you're
more.
more valuable?
You see what I'm saying? I can't even, wait, let me finish
Oh my
let me
God,
finish
he's
my
trying to make
thing.
men more
What I'm
valuable.
saying
Stop
is we
him.
talk about
Don't
we
let him
don't
get
need
it
a
out.
man. What are we,
I don't need a man in my life.
yo, men are,
It's their personal preference for what their life means for them. This has nothing to do with what a man's value is like.
to the world.
Right.
I say, I don't need a man in my life because I'm good. I'm set. And I don't really care for a romance in my life. Whatever my life is like right now, I'm good. That does not
Miss Dyke?
take away from what a man can.
What if every woman thought like that?
Listen, yes, I need.
Amanda, so this is what I'm saying. It probably started off with 1 woman that thought like that.
And then she told her friend, she
But
said,
now
"Where
we're
you
probably at, I don't know,
I don't need
at
a
least
man either."
100,000 women that think like that. Maybe even more, but I'm gonna go on the low end. What I'm saying is, when something starts, it doesn't end where it starts. It continues to progress. So now, yeah, you can say that that's
I
what
thought
it
about
is,
that too.
but the reality is this.
Because
if at this rate,
I mean, it,
all
like,
women say, I
said,
don't
you don't
need a
think you got
man,
nothing to do with telling your daughter like Prince Charming shit?
we're going to
When,
live in
or
a
that-
place
It's a song
where
for dogs with like,
population is gonna go like this. Now, shout out to
Elon, Elon,
Elon Musk actually
It's
said
like
that there is a
I
population.
heard that song years ago. It made me think when I heard that song like,
So
why is it so
the
easy
Y chromosome is
for a girl to
apparently
just? I feel like
disappearing,
men
and
more
And what women?
overall
men
men more
to get
loyal
into
to
women.
women for that reason.
you
Like,
can't have a boy
men
without a
don't
Y
just-
chromosome.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
she broke my heart
less
to be
boys,
gay.
right?
Fuck all
Right.
women.
No,
Like,
there's less girls is what you're saying.
Gotta give them
Yeah,
all
no, the
fucking
Y
men.
chromosome is
Like, what type of shit is
disappearing.
that?
That's why. Is it? Yeah, so
Right.
women
Oh,
are
got you.
and boys are XY. So they're
So
basically
women are-
saying that
Women
in
are
about
going to
60
rule
years,
the world.
You know why? Because they be drinking Heinekens and they be drinking estrogen drinks and taking these, ingesting these estrogen foods.
It's an event.
I don't eat Frosted Flakes. You know I don't eat Frosted. I eat Captain Crunch. That's where the real, you gotta be a warrior to chew Captain Crunch. Yeah, it don't even hurt me no more.
Real man.
Yeah, real man eat Captain Crunch.
you're in the roof of your mouth.
It's called a callus. It's called a callus, baby. Your mouth gets so rough, it's just used to it. Shit don't even cut no more. Come on, it's like work hands. Yeah.
Right. So I think we should end this on like, so we talked a lot about the problems tonight, like an incredible amount about the problems and the causes of the problems, in which I think it's very important. However, I think that what we owe to our audience is like a nugget of information regarding the solution.
Let's start with smooth, since smooth is smooth.
Where do you like to? Do people do that?
I never heard
Can you
that
teach
one.
me how to do that? You
No.
never.
She's from New York, bro. She's from New York. Let's go.
That's not even a real Dougie.
So, I think that the solution comes down to one, woman, gotta let the guard down a little bit. You gotta let the guard down. You gotta stop trying to do something to society and men by making money. It's cool to make money, but you just also gotta be down for your nigga. If you so happen to meet a man and he doesn't make as much money than you, or he's not as successful or established as you, does he stand a chance? If he make you happy, are you gonna be with him? You get what I'm saying? We gotta change the way we approach relationships first off. You gotta stop women always trying to date up. You're not willing to date a man that make less money than you or not as fancy as you, as real and nice as
With
you
the whole
are.
day market,
You got the
right.
Benz and he got the Toyota, it ain't gonna work. Why he can't drive his Camry and you drive your Benz? I know a lot of women that ain't gonna go for it. You gotta change the way we think. Be willing to help each other to grind up together. You know what I'm saying? Be willing to become a unit and don't always look for the man to be the one that initiates this unity. I feel like that's the only time a team happens because a man say, "Yo, we can do for work together."
Women control sex, men control
You
relationships.
gonna come to me and bring me some property and tell me that I should, give it to you and we can do this? It ain't Gemini. Yeah, it ain't. She's telling fibs right now. Telling fibs. Yeah, it don't happen like that. Women don't be for the
Men control
build up.
being in a
Like, you know what I mean?
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. You're only giving suggestions for women on how.
I'm gonna give it to men too.
Women
I'm gonna give it
how-
to men too. I'm gonna give it to men too.
Alan said to tell the audience to hit the like button.
Oh, guys, hit the like button. Quit playing.
Yeah. If you think women need to, you know what I mean, changes, hit that like button.
Oh shit, hit it twice.
1,000 likes in 6 seconds.
Y'all
Right.
know how to
Yeah.
do that. Keep hitting the like
My
button.
thumb
When
broke,
it
Nintendo
comes-
thumb.
They get one like that, they imagine. She said, "Good job, boy." Don't you can't listen to her. She be on some super duper. Yeah. But when it comes to men, like men, we got it. We have issues. We have issues that we gotta change. We got issues, but our issues don't come in the form of like how we treat our women in a sense. It's about the things we do outside of them. We treat our women nice. See, but we sometimes men like other things. Men got a big appetite. You tend to hurt women. It's by fucking with other women. Normally that's what it is. But you know what's crazy? I was thinking about that's definitely the biggest deal breaker for a woman is should I fuck with a woman. Thinking about how they always talk about men are not loyal
Good men
when we
attract
talk,
other
right?
women.
But if you think about it,
If you want
a
to
man
bullshit and not
who
good
stick with
nigga,
his same woman
he
forever,
might
if
even get
she'll
a
allow him,
So you're gonna have to
he
deal
may
with
cheat
other
and he may
bitches.
fuck up due to his tendencies or his appetite for other women and the shit he see. But a woman, let another man come along that can provide the same or more, or a better situation or a better safety net, she will cut that nigga off and slide. So women are super unloyal in some senses.
Yeah.
Men, we gonna stick to you. You may not
Even if I
provide
fuck
nothing
another
for
bitch,
me.
still
We take care of house and home, pay all the bills. You can do nothing for me but be what I need you to be is and love me. You know what I mean? Make me feel at home. That's what I'm at. Whenever I'm at home, I'm gonna keep you. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you ain't do what I wanted you to do, I'm gonna stick to you.
Well, I was about to say, this isn't the best closeout for our.
No, I mean, but he's not. I had to talk because I had to. But he's not lying though. Because it was a spin-off because men, we always get that like we unloyal and we dogs, but truthfully, we stick to what we know. We don't shy away from that. We fucked up, but if you was my ride or die, We rocking and we rolling. We rocking and we rolling. But
How
they don't do the ride or dies over here, bro. Like the Lori Harvey.
This is what we do.
I just wanna.
Actually,
They
nothing.
different as we know that.
To say this before, but there's nothing
The
wrong
lips.
with Lori Harvey. Like
What?
zero wrong with Lori Harvey. Y'all keep bringing it
What?
up as if like there's anything wrong.
Have you ever been hit with a shoe?
But no, you want me to hit you
Why
with
not?
that?
So why you saying?
As my nigga T to the motherfucking K said, I'ma quote my nigga TK. Lori Harvey is doing what most girls her age should be doing. The only thing is she's famous, so she under a microscope. Most girls in their 20s are supposed to be experimenting and figuring out what they want and what they don't want, and that's called being in your 20s. Hello. So, yeah, she just under a microscope by being famous.
There's nothing wrong with
Real
it.
quick.
Better hurry up. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing, because you guys keep bringing up Lori Harvey and there's zero wrong with what she's doing. She's public, she's a public figure. So
Yeah, the homie.
you guys know all of the relationships that she's been in, but why is that different from any other 25-year-old
Yeah, so
who
that,
had 3 relationships in the past 3 years?
I mean, the difference is one, the stature of.
But she did fuck Puff and his son. Every other chick in her 20s ain't fucking fathers and sons now. But I'm just saying.
Men she deal with. So she dealing with men. It even came out like if you didn't even make a certain amount, she ain't even fucking with you. So it's like it always comes down to women.
Some interview that she had.
So
Yeah, she
it all
left Michael B.
Figure.
it
Jordan.
comes down to women having
Catches
these.
the attention of future.
What if men had these standards? What if
That shit not the only one.
What if men walked around with the same thing? Like it was a dude.
Talk.
That'd be me. And he say some wild shit sometimes, and he like, you know, if you with me and we go on a date and you don't fuck me, you never probably gonna see me again.
That's my homie. Shout out Finessers Club.
Yeah, that's my homie. And you know what? I agree. Like, I mean, you only get one chance to hit it. You hear me? Even in that shit, like, you know, it's misogyny in there at some point. But my thing is, it's like, when he does it, I'm sure a lot of women look at that as crazy. So when women walking around with these crazy, vicious standards for men, but you allowed to come in a relationship with nothing, and a man should accept you, wow, like, why would you have to do
You know
that?
why it's happening? It's because men
America.
are accepting. If
Because
that
men are
behavior was
accepting,
not
they're allowing it.
acceptable, at no point would women seek to do that because it doesn't work.
Thank you. So that's the solution. First of all, I don't believe in dealing with the woman that has nothing. That's one. First of all, you're not, especially if you're somebody who has something as a man, you can't be willing to risk what you got for somebody who has nothing near it. I don't subscribe to it. I don't condone it. I don't recommend it because somebody who don't got anything to lose is a big risk. And a risk to everything that you built, especially if you built something really big. So but my thing is, it's levels, of course. Now, if I'm somebody who's I sit here and I be watching. We talking about solutions, right? I need women to stop telling people to date within your budget or date within your bracket, and you only dating out of your bracket. Okay, that's a solution. You make $30,000 a year. You qualify for the man that makes $30,000 a year. Women shouldn't be allowed to date up. Men shouldn't be allowed to date up then. If we was basing it on that.
It's not in the law book.
No, but we're talking about solutions, right? The laws ain't always right. so that'll be a solution. If we wanted to make a rule, we gotta stick to the rule across the board for both, in my opinion. That's what Aaron Campbell said. If a rule can apply to both parties, it's generally good advice, right? So when we talk about solutions, I think that the first thing we need to do is stop letting outside materials, similar to what you said, influence us. And I say this on both aspects. Ladies, you're not a boss because you got money. You don't take care of nobody but yourself. Fellas, you're not a boss because you got money. You still the same cornball that you were. You feel me? So like when you start using money to try to dictate your power and try to dictate your image, right? And realistically tell a lie to whomever you're dating and be a representative, you're only causing disaster. With that being said, the next cause of that, which is something that we gotta fix, which is a solution, is stop letting your past relationship And your traumas or whatever the situation you dealt with Jimmy
That's
dictate
that.
how you treat Mark.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Mark might not be the same. It's a hard ass, but it's the only realistic thing. Like you know what I'm saying? I can't date Angela, and Angela do me wrong, and so I cheat. So I treat Jessica like Angela. It don't make no sense. There's no progress there.
We all got a hill.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Everybody needs
Angela ain't always white. You know what I'm saying? Angela's not always white.
Everybody needs a hill.
I ain't doing no. First of all, I'm not saying the nigga's name. That's one. I'm not doing the whole what's it called? Keisha. I don't do Keisha's. Keisha's is 2007. Huh? More like Alejandra's. If you catch my drift.
Karen's face is like,
Give a solution to the war, the gender war.
how do we fix it?
She don't know. She's still hyper independent.
That's what I was gonna say to the ladies. Hyper independence is a no, not a big no, but we need to come down off our high horse. Okay? And for the men, for the men, y'all don't control. Put them on them. Stop trying to be so controlling. You guys don't run the world. I know it may seem like it's 2023. Okay? Let's give some grace, as Aaron said earlier. Let's give some grace, and let's identify that women and men kind of go through the same struggles in relationships. So I feel like being the breadwinner, being the person that, you know, takes care of the family or whatever holds your power, come off of that as well. That's what I gotta say.
All right, so in closing, I'll give and I'll be short with this. I think that the most important thing as far as solutions are concerned is that we need to learn how to live our own lives and not take direction from people who have not proven worthy of giving them. So if you saw your parents have a lovely long-term marriage, look at your parents. Don't look at social media. Like, and I'll give you a perfect example. This when the former First Lady Michelle Obama, you know, a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's relationship goals." She was like, "I wasn't even fucking with Barack at that time. He was working my nerves. I couldn't stand him. We just had an argument." You know, we don't really know.
The only problem with that is people's parents are from different ages. I was born in the 80s. My parents was from the 40s and the 50s, 60s, I don't know. But they're from a different age than me. So for me to see this day and age, this internet age, and I grew up in the 90s, if I would be married right now, my kids can't look at my marriage and feel like, I'm going to look at your marriage and like, the times keep changing. So you could look at like certain details, or you could ask people advice, what's their secrets, and try to figure out what still applies. But you can't really base something that's old compared to something like now.
What's going on with these people that we see? All we doing is seeing them. That's it. We don't know these people from you know, a person on the street. So I think that if you want to be married, if you want a successful relationship, you really need to be around people who are doing it. If you want to be a successful parent, you need to be around other successful parents. Like, you're not gonna be like, you want to be a millionaire, but you hanging out with crackheads, right? You know, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. So I think that we need to start taking cues from people who have like shown themselves as successful in those areas. You men out there who want submissive women and you want women to follow your leadership, be a leader. Go be around other leaders, because the penis does not make you a leader.
Actually,
So I think that if that is what you seek in a woman,
it's
you
points.
want someone to be submissive, you want to be a leader, show
She
yourself
just
as a leader. Prove
A penis does not make us a leader, but let's get technical here, fellas. A penis points. And the first thing about leadership is direction. So if you could get pointed in a straight direction, that's called great leadership. So technically, she was wrong again.
Prove yourself to be a leader. And women, I think that one, we need grace, just like men need grace in this time that we're living in. But I think that like we really need to not follow social media. Period. Like we cannot take our cues on relationships, on men or anything from social media. It really needs to come from people around us who've been successful at it. Because so far,
Y'all gotta listen to what she's saying, but like, you can't just say every single thing on social media is wrong. So you can't say that. She gotta say social media is mostly bullshit. So don't just base trying to compete with the bullshit. You gotta understand what you really want. Like you gotta find yourself, go soul search and figure out what the fuck you want in life. If you know what you really want, then you can go on social media and look for people who know how to get you to where you want. There's a lot of knowledge on there. There's this guy named Mr. Break Shit Down. You can follow him. He gonna tell you all type of good shit. We got TK Kirk and we got motherfucking Dick Gregory. We got even this show at the table. Like there's people out there who get good advice. So you can't just say social media all bad. Y'all gotta be able to determine what fits, what applies to you, what you can use, because we are different. That's the thing about it, is majority fucked up.
it hasn't been successful, right? Like, I ain't seen no success. So, yeah, like, and I guess we're gonna wrap it up with that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I was getting to it, but I didn't get to say it. I just think we all need to process our past traumas, heal, learn yourself, figure yourself out, and then just do you. Like even when you say lean on, you can't even do it because nobody exposes the full dynamic of the relationship. So you got two best friends and they seem so lovey-dovey every time they outside, inside, he might be fucking her up. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot base anything off of what you see.
Yeah.
Go off of what you feel. Trust yourself, trust your instinct, and just be pure in whatever decision you make. Don't make it out of anger. Don't do it because you feel like you need to be this way because you was treated like this as a kid. And that go for both. It go for female and male. Let go of all the past shit, live it now, and stop comparing yourself to anybody. Stop looking on social media and just do y'all. I feel like once you learn to just